Yes, just give me a second. I think this we had completed. Um, Python code introduction. This we have completed. This we had completed. This entire thing. Identifiers and all that, operators. So I'm just uploading this PPT for me. You've done a bit of loop also, right? Loop and if conditions. Have you done programs on if conditions? No, we have not done. Okay. Yeah, I think while it is getting uploaded, let's do this. Okay, once I start my lecture, I'm sorry, I will not be able to admit. You have to wait. I just uploaded, saying it's not uploading. Mm. Yeah, this is Omicron. Okay, so I think I've uploaded this. Okay, if anyone is, after I start my lecture, if anyone is waiting, you have to wait. I will check after 5 minutes. So I'm just putting this recording on and upload this recording. So today we are doing the advanced data structures, which is, okay. Mm. Okay. So what we are doing here, we are doing the advanced data structures here. That is, we have already completed the primitive data types of Python. Python has 5 primitive data types. There are numeric data types, that means integers and floating point numbers. And apart from that, we also have strings. and then we have Boolean and complex. These are the five primitive data types. Today we are going to do some advanced data types, which is composed of the primitive data types only, that they are also known as complex data types or compound data types, because they are made up of the primitive data types. Like for example, a list. A list can consist of many different types of data. That is, uh, the different types of, yes. And so it can consist of integers, it can consist of floats, it can consist of strings together. So list is basically a heterogeneous data type. That means each and every element of the list can be of different data type. Okay. In contrast, if you are talking about, we have another data type called tuple. Tuple is also a heterogeneous data type. While the list is mutable, that means you are able to change the value of the list. Tuple is immutable. So here in this, right now, we are going to see that different types of properties of the data types. So for mutability, then, ordering, all these different properties we are going to look at. So I'm just sharing my screen with you. Open your Jupyter notebook. Open your Jupyter notebook. Okay, which was our last class? What Jupyter notebook we had done last time? Let me have a look. Let me know if you are able to see. Give me a second. Okay, my kernel is on. Yes. So I think our last lecture was on last Sunday, which was 7. Yes, our notebook. Here, this one. So generally I date tag my, Jupyter notebook. So this is, I'm going to upload this for you. Okay, so this was the last practical which we had done. I think we had done list, we have done strings, we had done Boolean data types, we had done input statement. Okay, input statement, we had done a bit of if conditions as well. Okay, so this, this needs to go to your classroom. So I'm just downloading this and I will upload this in your classroom. Okay, so today's, practical we are starting with. Always date tag your practicals. I'm also going to upload some practical assignments, but these practicals which we are doing, these practicals also. See how I have downloaded it now. I'm converting into a PDF like this. Only you also have to convert it into PDF and use. Okay, so this is data tags. Okay, so here in the classroom, yes, you have any questions? So I'm just uploading this assignment, this material here, which is the PDF. This is the class practicals. Okay. So I've just posted. I think yes, you can access this here. So I'm today's practical I'm doing, which is for advanced data types, which is data structures. Let me write. So these are data structures which we are talking about. So we have some compound data structures which consist of now more than one element. Now, as of now, whatever we are doing consisted of only one element. That means one variable or identifier is able to store only one value. But right now the data structures which we will be doing consist of multiple elements. That means they consist of more than one elements together. Okay, that means we can store more than one elements together in the same identifier. Yes, you can use VS Code. You can use VS Code, but only thing is that again I'm saying that I'm going back to my screen. I will not be able to add people. Okay, so because it is I can't. It's not possible for me to come back again and again and add. So if you are not accessible to this meeting and yet, you have not joined this meeting yet, so you have to wait. Yes. So the first data type which we are talking about here is, so you can see here the different types of data which we are talking about. And the first data type which we have already done the primitive data types. So now we are going to do these three data types: list, dictionary, and tuple. Okay, these are the three data types which we are talking about. First, we are talking about the list data structure. So list consists of multiple different types of elements together combined in one variable. And like for example, here you can see I can store fruits: apple, mango, strawberry, banana, guava, all in the same data, in the same variable called fruits. And each of these variable or the value is accessible with the help of the index, which is like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see the indexes are there. And we can we can access this like fruits 0 equal to apple. We can assign each of this index with numbers like this. Okay, so this consists of a list and we can access this list. So these are the different operations which we are talking about in a list. First is creation, next is accessing an element, third is slicing. I think slicing and indexing, these two things we have already done in the strings. The same thing will be repeated here. Okay, so slicing and indexing will continue in all the different types of collections or sequences which we are using, because the process is the same for all the different collections which we are using in Python. They are called sequences because they consist of a sequence of elements. So traversing the elements, that means accessing each and every item in the list together, inserting a new element in the list at the end or as well as in the between, updating a list element, deleting a list element. So these are the different types of operations which we are going to look at. So let's create a list and see what are the operations, and later on we'll come to the PPT and see the examples. So I'm going to my Jupyter notebook. So here first you are creating a list. You can create a list of fruits, like whichever fruits you want. So mango, apple, pineapple, have chiku, we have banana, we have grapes. So this is the list. You can just do print and li. Okay, so now we are talking about the accessing different elements of the list. So here also the same option which we had done with the strings. Okay, the strings were what we had done. We had accessed each and every element with the help of an index, as well as we have accessed a subset or a substring. Okay, so here also we are able to, you can do indexing. That means, for example, the index starts with 0. So the index of pineapple will be 0, 1, 2. So here you can see, you can print li2. If you're using VS Code or PyCharm or anything, so always use print statement, which by default Jupyter Notebook has the print statement. Not all the program, all the different interfaces have the print statement. Okay, so you can do it, try it like this. So if so here also same as the string, we have two types of indexing. One is a forward indexing, another is a backward indexing. Forward indexing will start from 0, 1, 2. The backward indexing will start from -1, -2, and so on. So if you want to access the, for example, you want to print the grapes, you can also write fruits -1. So this will give you, oh sorry, li. Li is the name, right? So that is going to give you grapes. Now indexing, slicing also you can do. Slicing means if you want to print mango, apple and pineapple. I had already, I think, told you that slicing consists of, when you are putting the index, there are three parts of this. One is the lower bound, one is the upper bound, the third is the stride. So lower bound here can be, if you want to print mango, pineapple and pineapple, lower bound can be 0. The upper bound can be 0, 1, 2. So you have to give 3 because it should be 1 more than the upper bound. And the index and the stride is by default it is 1. It's not compulsory to write the stride unless and until you change something from the default. Like, for example, you want to skip one element, then you can change the stride. Otherwise, even if you do not write the stride, it doesn't make a difference because by default the stride is 1. So yeah, so 0:3 will also give you mango, apple, pineapple. 0:3:1 will also give you mango, apple, pineapple. Now, if you want to display the element, display the elements from 0 to the end of the list, in that case, you may not have to give the entire, like the upper bound, because if you write 0 colon also, it will print the entire list. Similarly, if you want to print the entire list from the reverse order, okay, so in that case, you can also write like this, li. If you write -1 colon, so only -1 colon will not give you the end of the list, because you can see -1 by default the stride is 1. So after -1 plus 1 it becomes 0. So but we want to continue from this side. Okay, so that means after -1 it should be -2. So that will not work. So if you do write like this, it may not work. Okay, so you have to write, if you want to print the end of the list, you just leave the lower bound and give -1 here. This will print you the elements till the end of the list in the reverse direction. Okay, are
Ma'am,
you
here
following?
we are.
Yes.
Ma'am, here we are
What happened?
not using print keyword directly. We are using variable name. So it is list. That's why it is being printed.
Yes, where you are using?
Ma'am, in Jupyter we are directly writing Lee and means after that the number of indexing. So we are not
Yeah,
using print.
yeah, the Jupyter Notebook has the print statement inbuilt. But
Okay.
if you are using idle
Understood.
or
Okay, that's
something,
fine.
then you have to, yeah. So Jupyter Notebook does not, you don't have to write print statement. in Jupyter Notebook because it has an inbuilt print statement. But if you do the same thing in other interfaces like idle, it will not give you the answer. So you should know that. That is this by default, there is a print statement at the back end which you can't see.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yes. So yeah.
ma'am, I'm not getting to able to start the Jupyter notebook.
You are not able to start a Jupyter Notebook. That's what you are saying.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Jupyter Notebook can be started. You can just look here. You go to your start button, and if Jupyter, is it not coming here?
1 minute, I'll check. Yes, ma'am, it came.
You click on open. It will open in Chrome. And there is a kernel running here. When a kernel will open, okay?
Open in
Yeah,
Chrome.
click on open. It will automatically open in Chrome.
Yes, ma'am.
You just click on open. It will automatically open in Chrome. But this kernel will be running at the back end. Don't close this. If you close this, your Jupyter Notebook will not run.
Yes, ma'am, it's ready.
This kernel will be running at the back end. It is going to run as long as you are working with the Jupyter Notebook. So you don't close that kernel, then it is going to work. If you close the kernel, it is going to stop working.
Okay.
Got it? Is it working now?
Yes, ma'am, let's
Okay.
start it.
What?
I mean, you are starting this.
Acha, so you mean to say here you are. Your Jupyter Notebook has opened.
Download this.
Can you share your screen, please? I'm not
Yes,
understanding.
yes. And is it visible?
Yes. So you check your Chrome. It did not open in Chrome.
No, it's open in the.
It did not.
It's open in the.
Yeah, it could open. No, this is open.
And they have to
Just in
go in
maximize the screen. No, you just maximize the screen first. Maximize this. Maximize the screen. Yeah. Now go to file. Yeah, new notebook. Yeah, that's it. Select the kernel. Yeah, that's it. Done. Type something here like x equal to 10. Write x equal to 10. Yeah. Click on that play button. Click on that play button on top. Or there is a
Play
shortcut, shift enter. Yeah, you know now what is a play button?
No, ma'am. This
Play button you don't know.
play button.
This is the play button. Yeah, play button to play the audio player and all that. You have not seen the play button. What? I don't know. Press shift and enter. Shift and enter. Shift and enter together. You press. Yes, done. Do it like this one. Shift and enter you use to run.
Okay.
Use shift and enter to run the command. Okay. Stop sharing.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You're still sharing your screen. Yeah. Okay. Others are able to do this. Have you done whatever I have done on this on the notebook?
Yes, ma'am.
Just write done.
Yes.
If yeah, just write done here in the chat. Fine. Okay. So this is an accessing, and so we I told you about indexing. So this, whenever we are using only one element like this, like for example, li2 or li1, this process is called indexing. Okay, so this is index. It's called indexing. And this process where we are using multiple, indexes, this process is called slicing. Okay, now for example, you want to print apple, pineapple, and chiku. What command will you write? Can you just write that command in the chat? Print apple, pineapple, and chiku. Print apple, pineapple, and chiku. You have to print this part of the list, apple, pineapple, and chiku. How will you print? Write the command in your chat box. In this because I have opened too many tabs. Yes. Have you written? Li1:4, but okay. I'll just check. Apple, pineapple, and chiku. 1, 2, 3. Yes, Li1:4 will work. Okay. Now I'm showing you the way to access all the elements of the list. So we can use a for loop here. Okay, the for loop can be used. Now for loop has uses a range operator which has the lower bound, upper bound, and stride list like how we are doing here. Okay. Okay. To another thing which I wanted to show you is for using the stride. Like here we have used mostly the lower bound and the upper bound. We have not used the stride. So for example, you want to skip some elements, skip alternate elements while printing. So you don't want to print all the elements, but you want to skip the alternate elements. So in that case, you can just write li 0:, and you are going to the end of the list anyway. So I'm just skipping that operator. Otherwise, you can write what is the length of the string 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can write 6 here. But if you do not want to write also, it's fine. So I'm just writing 2 here. 2 will skip the elements in between. So mango, it will start, apple, it will skip, pineapple, it will print, chiku, it will skip, banana, it will print. So here you can see mango, pineapple, and banana. So here we are using the stride. So what we did, we just increased the stride by 2. That means after 0, instead of 1, it is going to 2. Okay. Next time, I'm showing you how to traverse the element of the list. So here we are using a for loop. Now, a list has a special kind of for loop, a list or any kind of sequence, like we are using tuples, list, dictionary, any kind of sequence. We have this for loop specially made for the sequence. So you do not have to write the range operator. So you just have to, normally the for loop consists of the range operator, but especially for lists, you can actually skip the range operator here. So here, normally the list will consist of, like, if you want to traverse the list from beginning to end with the help of for loop, like a normal for loop. So the for loop looks like this: for I in range, and consider the, so I have to access the index from 0 to 5, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 is the last index of the list. Okay, so how will I write? So for I in range, 0 colon 6. Okay, I'm not writing the stride here, otherwise you can write the stride as 1, but it's not required here because by default it is 1. Then if I print I, what I'll get? I'll get only the index, right? So print I will give me the index, but I do not want the index. I want the element of the list. So what I'll write here, name of the list, li I. So that will give me all the elements of the list like this. Have you understood this? Simply, if I change it to 2 here, so what will happen? Only the alternate elements will be printed. So here, if you don't give anything also, it will be printed like this. So 0 to 6. So this is a no, this I've done it with the, this is how the syntax of a for loop looks like. For loop has a counter in, after that we have a range operator which shows me the lower bound as well as the upper bound as well as the stride. And inside that you can print the element. Okay, but for lists, for any other sequences in Python, we have a special type of a for loop, which we can write it like for I in, you can directly write li. You don't have to go through the index. So for I in li, print I will give you the list. You do not have to print the index. So I here is the variable or counter. You can write anything here. Like you can also write X and you just change it to print X. So this is just a variable or a counter. There is no definitive thing that you have to use I or J or whatever. You can use anything. Have you understood this? Let me know. If you have done, just write, okay, I'm just giving here. So I'm just write loop done, I'm giving here. And just you can write yes over here. Okay. Now I'm giving you a task. So print the elements of the list in a loop from the backwards, like in a reverse order. With the loop in reverse order. So with the loop, you have to print it in reverse order with the print statement. Try this. Print the elements of a list with a loop in reverse order. How will you do this? See, I've done this with a forward order. This is the syntax. Now you do it in the reverse order. Write the code in the chat once you have done. No. Just like I've used the loop here, like this. Use this only, this kind of this program only, but you manipulate the indexes to change it in reverse order. Okay. Don't you think this is very difficult? Okay, this sounds fine. So yeah, so I think both the answers which you have given is correct, but here let's make it simple. For I in range, and we should take the end of the list. So end of the list here starts at 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is starting at 5. 5. You can just skip this and write -1. Print. Here, last element printing has an issue, right? Just give me a second. Somebody's at the door. Hey, रुक जाइए. 1 minute. Yeah, so this method, because we have to give we have to give 0 when Python does not discard the upper bound, it takes one more than that. I think grapes is not getting, something is not getting printed, right? Apple, mango is not getting printed. So in that case, yeah, your options are good. So for I in, and this is someone of you have written. This is also good. Print I. Yeah, also fine. If you are doing it with a for loop like this, I cannot write -1, right? Because -1 is already an index. So 5, 2. So I can, if I skip this, it is giving me an error. -1. Yeah, -1 works here. 5, 2, -1. Yeah, that's mango is coming. So here, in this way you can do, or you can do it in this way. Both the ways are okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, fine. I think you've got it. I'm getting the answers correct in the chat. 5, 0, -1, there's a problem. It is not printing the last record. 5, -1 is correct. Yeah. I think you have understood this, right? So this is the for loop. So I have taken care of this. So we have already done this. You can see. Creation, accessing an element, slicing, traversing. These 4 parts we have done. Okay. Now we are coming to this, inserting a new element in the list. So inserting a new element. Inserting a new element in the list. Okay. So for this, we can use one method called append. Yes. Anyone has any question? You can ask. Okay. So I'm
No.
appending. Yes. So I'm appending a fruit. Okay. Like for example, strawberry. So li dot append. So li now gives me this. Okay. Now list is a so what is the if you check the data type of this, you can see. If you check the type of li, so this is a list. Okay. So list is known to be heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means all the different. It can also consist of different data type. Here all of them are strings, but it's not compulsory that all of them has to be strings. It can be of different data types. Okay. So list can consist of different data types. The next thing which we call is a list is mutable. A list is mutable. Okay. So let's see these 3 properties of a list. One is heterogeneous. Next is mutability. Third is ordering. These 3. Okay. So let's create a list. Like for example, I'm creating a list called student. And here I'm giving some data of the student. So first is roll number, then I'm having a name, which is a string. Then I'm having his blood group, which is also a string. Then I'm having his marks, okay, which is a list. A list can have another list embedded. So we can have a nested list. So for example, I have something like this. So this is also a list. Now, as a list, it can have multiple data types embedded into it. Now, if you check this type of, student, if you do type of student 0, you will see that student 0 is a integer, while type of student 1, which is a string. So here you can, all the data types are different, which are compiled together. So that says that a list is heterogeneous. Next, we are talking about the mutability. Okay, for example, I want to, yes.
And why do we keep numbers in the box bracket?
Numbers in a
Box bracket.
So I'm trying to store some data here.
Whereas one
This is a,
is
this is a list.
yeah, whereas one is only not written in box bracket, so I have a doubt.
Okay, so the 1 is an integer, right? 1 is an integer. So here I'm trying to represent the data of a student. So 1 stands for is, for example, 1 stands for his roll number. Rohan is the name, and this is the blood group, and this is his marks of 3 subjects. So I have stored it in a list. So what is the data type of this? This box bracket means list. You're storing the list in box, right? In square brackets. Yeah. So this is a square bracket. So I have a list within a list. I have another list within a list. Okay. So type, if you do type student, and this is the what is the index of this? So 0, 1, 2, and 3. So this is 3, right? So if you see type student 3, the type is list. Okay. So I have a list within another list. Have you understood? So if you want to print this list, so you have to print student 3. Okay, so this is the list. If you want to print, for example, now here you can see I cannot give any heading or anything. That is the inconvenience. So because of that, we do not use list. We use, for storing data, we use other data types. Anyway, so for example, I here it is like I want to print 78. So for example, 56 is in marks in English, 78 is in marks in maths, and in 90 is in marks in science. So I want to print the maths marks. So I have to write student 3 1, because 0 will give me 56. So you can see like this you can print. So this is a double dimensional array. I mean, instead of single dimensional list, I'm using a double dimensional list. That means it has both rows and as well as columns.
Ma'am, here is insert and extend method data inserting in a list.
Yes, what you are saying?
Ma'am, here is use list dot insert method and list dot extend method. Data insert in a list.
You are asking me or you are telling me something?
मतलब कि यहाँ पे लिस्ट के अंदर 3 टाइप से डेटा को इंसर्ट करते हैं ना, डॉट अपेंड, डॉट इंसर्ट और डॉट एक्सटेंड.
मैंने तो अभी तक डॉट अपेंड ही किया है, मैंने तो एक्सटेंड वगैरह करवाया नहीं है.
मैम वो भी यूज कर सकते हैं.
That those are different data. I have not taught you as of now.
ओके मैम.
Okay. So here, for example, you want to insert something here in the student. Okay, so I told you about this. I showed you because of showing heterogeneity. Okay, so heterogeneity means that means all the data types in elements of a list have different data type. Now we are talking about mutability. Okay, so mutability. So mutability means that we are able to append or change the elements of the list. So how will I add element? For example, I want to add something like the students is in extracurricular activities or something. Okay, so I want to write the extracurricular activities. So I want to add sports. So what I'll write, student dot append, and I'm writing sports here. So here you can see my list becomes, so I can add, append is used to add only one element at the end of the list, only one element, okay, at the end of the list. That is used, that is the job of an append. Now, how do you understand that this is mutable? Okay, so mutability shows that the variable which you had created and the variable which you have changed, after changing also, the variable is remaining the same. Okay, so see an example. For example, I have written x equal to 10. Okay, and you check the address of this x. So address of this x can be checked by using the ID operator, and you see this is the ID where the address, where the x variable is stored. Now you change the value of x to 20. Okay, again you check the ID. If you check the ID of this and if you check the ID of this, both are different, isn't it? That means whenever you are changing the value of x, a new variable is created at a different address. That means this int data type is not mutable. So this is not mutable. This is clear. This is true for all the data types, primitive data types, integer, float, string. Okay, so they are immutable. They are immutable. That means whenever you try to change the value of x, you see a new variable gets created, which is the same type, same value, and the old variable's reference is lost. But old variable may also be there in the memory. Okay, this 10 is there somewhere in the memory, but now you're accessing this new x, which is at 904. In the address ending with 8904. So this is called immutability. So list does not have this immutability. Now, if you check a list, like if you check the ID of list right now, IDLI, you see that this is the ID of the list. 276 1011 374 528. This is the ID of the list. Now you change the value of the list. You append something. So this is the original list. Right now, current list is this, and you are trying to append something. So li dot append, and I append watermelon. Okay, now you again check the ID. And you can see the ID remains the same in both the cases. Okay, without any change. So this shows that the list is mutable. A list is mutable while the other elements are immutable. Okay, so we call it list is mutable. Have you understood this mutability? So a list is mutable because you can see the ID does not change. While when you are changing the value of other variables, the ID changes, which means that a new variable gets created. So they are immutable. Clear with this? If you've understood, just write understood here in the chat. Okay, fine. Okay, so what are the other methods of adding elements? So I think you have understood this. You have understood the append method. The append method is used to add an element only at the end of the list. Only one element at the end of the list. Okay. Now, what if I want to add multiple elements at the end of the list? Okay, I want to add multiple elements at the end of the list. Possible. I want to add multiple elements at the end of the list. Okay. So, for example, I want to add some things here in as a student. What should I add? Okay. For example, I want to add the address of the student, and I want to add the phone number. Okay. So address and phone number, or location and city, whatever. So I want to add something. Okay, so whatever I want to add, you can store it in a list here. So address, equal to, for example, you're writing the location, which is Malad West. Okay, so location in Mumbai, and city Mumbai, and pin code 40064. So I want to add this into the list. Okay. So I will not add append. Instead of append, I'm writing extend. li.extend address. So this will add multiple elements at the end of the list. Append will add only one element at the end of the list. Extend will add multiple elements at the end of. I've added in the wrong list. Okay, I added in the student, please. Sorry. So student, yes. So this is the student data, and I have added multiple elements at the end of the list. So this is the meaning of extend. So have you understood the difference between extend and append? Append and extend are two different things. Okay. Extends adds multiple elements at the end of the list. Append adds only one element at the end of the list. I mean, extend copies a list at the end of a list. Okay. Next, third types of addition function is insert. So add an element in between the list. So I want to add an element in between the list. That means in between somewhere. Okay. So
Ma'am,
before sports, I want to add something.
ma'am, how
Yes.
this thing is managed in Jupyter? See, slowly and steadily, our code is being a bit big. In VS again and all that, we are doing proper indentation. Means in upper way, in upper column, we are storing our variables and data types, and down we are writing code. So here, for we are writing first code, then directly we are getting output. So Jupyter is not being used for big codes, or what is it? Because it will
Jupyter,
slowly, it will be
Jupyter
jumbled.
also, Jupyter also you can use it for big things. I did not understand. Now, so can you show me your VS Code, what you're doing? Yeah, you
No,
can put it in one cell.
I'm not using VS. I'm only using Jupyter. But the thing is now, the code line for me is 58, 57 something. So again, I have to search. See, on the line 50, I have stored address, and in the line first, I have stored another variable that was fruits. So how this thing is
Because
managed here?
because this is a script. This we are doing a script. No, this is not very much. If you want to write it together. Write it together. No, in the one cell.
Okay,
You can write it in one cell. If you
okay.
want to write it in one cell, you can write it
Mm.
in one cell. Write it in one cell if you are having inconvenience. This I understand because this address is it's a script. No, it runs on. I mean, it is not dependent on anything. Of
Yes,
course, it is
yes.
dependent on you have to this address. Even if you do not write list and all these things, this will run. This is independent. So I've
Yes.
run it on a different line. But if you think that you want to write everything in the same line, you can write. No. So what you do here is you create this here in one line, right inside the cell, and then what else? What I have written else about. Yeah. So we have written this. Write it here.
Okay.
Student.extend address, right?
And with the help of comments, we are writing so that we
Yeah.
can locate it easily.
Yes. Student.
Got
Yeah, look. You can write it in one cell only. This we have separated. We have because we can annotate our notebook. This is for learning. Jupyter notebook is for the students, for the
okay,
learners, not for developers. So that we can later on you can download as a PDF and you can read from it.
got it.
Yeah, yes, Viyash is telling. You can put it in one cell. You may not create a new cell if you are feeling it is inconvenient. Okay, so I want to add an element now in between the list. Okay, so here you can see for example, after Rohan, I want to add something like, for example, the status, whether he is a class representative or not. Okay, so class representative or not. So something like this. So here Rohan is a class representative. So I'm going to add a Boolean value true. And if he's not a class representative, I'm going to add a Boolean value false. So student dot insert. So I'm using insert command here. And in insert, what I'm going to write here. So 0, 1 after blood group, 2. After that, I want to add this. Okay. So at the third position, I'm going to write true. So this is a Boolean variable. So I've just written true. And you can see, and you can print the student here. Now you can see it is true is coming. So this is how you insert in between the list. Okay. Now I hope you have understood. So here we are giving the index and the variable and the value, which what we want to insert. Next, we are trying to delete an element. Okay, remove an element from the list. So I want to remove an element from the list. So what I'm doing here is, so I'm trying to do this with this list because I've already added some garbage elements over there. So in the list, I have added this Malad West, Mumbai, and 4000664. So I want to remove this. So you can remove by two ways. One is you can remove by the element, as well as you can remove by the index. Okay. So here, so remove with the name of an element. I'm writing the name of the list here is li dot remove, and I am trying to remove the Mumbai, for example. And it will remove the list, and you can see here Mumbai is removed. Then I want to remove Malad West. Okay, but whenever you remove by element, it is case sensitive. So however it is written, you have to remove it like this. Now, if I want to remove not with the help of the name, but with the help of index. So here, remove with the help of index. So I want to remove 40064, which is -1, right? So li dot remove. No, you cannot write like this. So for removing it, you have to use del operator. Del name of the list, which is li, and you can give the index, which is -1. So this removes the list. So now you can see that 40064 is also removed. Another thing, another remove operator we have, only you can remove the last element. Okay, to remove the last element, this is only for the last element. Okay, not remove. Here with the help of this del, you can remove any index, like you want to remove Chiku. So 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you can write del li 3. So it is going to remove Chiku from the list. So it is removed Chiku. But for example, I want to remove only the last element. So we have uh, a function for removing the last element. So li dot pop. You can use this. Okay, li dot pop, and it will show you the element which is also removed, and you can check it. The element is not there in your list. It returns the last element to be removed, which you have removed, and you can look at the list. The list has removed the last element. So these are the three functions which we have. One is remove, another is del, and the third is pop. Is it clear? Del function is for removing with the help of an index. Yes. It's a keyword. Yeah, it's a keyword, not a function. A function generally has brackets and all that. So del is a keyword. Yeah, done all these. Okay. Now let's see what else is there. We have completed this, right? Deleting an element. Now you can see here the same thing we have done here. Okay, elements of list can be accessed using an index. Slicing, indexing, we have done all, I think. Okay, updating an element. Yes, updating an element. You can also update. Instead of insert, you can also update. Okay, so update means you are changing, right? So for example, Apple, you want to change it to pomegranate. So that is updation. So updation can be done easily. So take the index. So one, li1 equal to pomegranate. So list is mutable, so you can update conveniently. There's no problem. So you can see print the list. So here we are doing updation. Okay. So this is updation. Next, we are talking about delete. We have done. Extend. We have done. There is a count also to count the uh, number of elements of the list. Okay, so count. So if it is X, like if it is present multiple times duplicated, then you can count it. Remove, I have told you. Reverse is there to reverse the current list. Okay, so if you use reverse, the same list will get reversed. So the original list will get reversed because list is mutable. So be careful. If you want to reverse, you can save it into a different element, different list, I think. Okay. If you are creating a list with the numbers, you can use the max, min, sum. These are the aggregation functions which you can use in the list. Okay, now you can see this. There is a program given on the screen, and you can tell me the output here. Okay, the program is given on the left hand side. On the right hand side, some choices are there: A, B, C, and D. Tell me what will be the answer. So I have a list here, and you have lifted a def, and then we have 2 times pop, then we have 1 time insert, and then we have written print inside the function. And after that, I'm calling the function, though I've not done function as yet. But when we call the function, whatever happens inside the def is printed. And after that, we are printing after function call the list. Okay, just tell me the answers. So, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have not written the answers as yet, I can help you on this. Are you able to do this?
Ma'am, what is pop here?
What is?
Pop.
Pop. We just did, no? We just did pop, right?
Have inserted and deleted.
Pop, right? Here. You are not paying attention in the class. We just did, no? Remove the last element here.
Okay, ma'am.
Pop is for removing the last element. Okay, and it's okay, no problem. I'm just telling that we just did pop. Pop is for removing the last element. Okay, it removes the last element. Now you try.
Okay, ma'am.
So we had append, we had extend, we had insert, and we had pop. So you can see pop and pop 2 times. So 5 and 4 will be removed. Okay. Then we are saying insert at 2 position 0. That means after 1, 2, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2 position 0 will be inserted. That means it will be 1, 2, 0, 3. Okay. So the answer will be like last D1, D. Okay. 1, 2, 0, 3 and 1, 2, 0, 3. This will be the answer. D. Okay. I think some students have written D. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Correct. Okay, we can also do with 2 lists, we can also do concatenation. That means we can also do length of the list, len A, then concatenation A plus B. If you do, it will concatenate A multiplied by 2. If you do, it will repeat 1, 2, 3 will become, it will add another 1, 2, 3. Okay, we have something called the in operator, which is used to search in the list. This is very important. So I'll just do this. Append, extend, I've already told you. Okay, index is another one important attribute. So, and after that, we'll do one program here. Okay. So here, another thing is to search in the list. So this is my list, right? This is my list. Now I want to search, for example, I'm telling you, check with if grapes is present in the list. If it is present, say present, else if it is not present, say it is not present. Okay. So for example, so what I'm doing is I'm taking take a fruit from the user and search in the list. So this is the question. Accept the name of a fruit from the user and search in the list and print if it is present. Okay, so here what I'm doing here. So first thing I'm doing is first what I'm doing x equal to, first I'm taking the element. Which fruit you want to search? Enter the fruit name you want to search. Enter the fruit name you want to search. And if X in li, print X present, else print X not present. Something like that. Very simple. So enter the fruit name you want to search. So I'm writing banana. And it says banana present. If I write something like raspberry, it says raspberry not present. Okay. So simple. So in operator is used to search in the list. In operator is used to search in the list. So do this one. Now, have you done? If you have done, just write done here. We can continue with the next one. Okay, now I'm changing this program a little bit. So here, instead of printing if it is present, I need to print the index. I need to print the index of the fruit. Okay, so search print if it is present and in which index. That means what is the position, which index or which position. The position will be one more than the index, right? So here, so what I'm writing, print X present, and I'm writing in, and I'm mentioning the position. So position, for mentioning the position, I have to write li dot index, and you can write X. So enter the fruit name to search. If X in li present in li dot index, li dot index will give you the index of the fruit. Okay, so index of the element. So for example, grapes. So grapes present in 4. Okay, 4 is index number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you want to print the position, then you can just write 1 plus 1. If you want to print the position and position, write here plus 1. Pineapple present in position 3. Okay, have you understood this?
How will we do this for identifying lowercase and uppercase considering the same?
There is an option called, if you want to do lowercase and uppercase, this will not, you have to do, and there is an option called ignore case. You try that function, or you convert it into, you don't convert it, because here, there is certain case, it should match with this.
Yes, sir.
This is all in lowercase. So here you can just put x when you are inputting x, then you can do x equal to x dot lower, converting to lowercase. Okay, then it will be working, because if you write in uppercase scripts, because it is in lowercase, right? So it's still working because I converted it into lower.
Got it.
But it has to match the case. Here, if it is P is capital, you have to give that only. You can't change that. You can't change the list. You can change your input. Yeah, any other question? Okay, so I'm moving on to the next one. Okay, you can do this exercise. In this task, you will store weights of a family of 4 weighing 70, 80, 45, and 50 kg respectively. That means you are creating a list of these 4 numbers and name it weights. Name it weight. Save the maximum weight from the list using max method to a maximum variable. So you create another variable called maximum and store this max of this list. So if the list is name is weight, then weight dot max will give you the maximum element, and store this in a variable called maximum and print it out. Okay. Suddenly you realize that you have a wrongly entered 45 and it should be 48. So you modify the list, because list is mutable. You can modify 45 to 48 and then you print the weight. Now you calculate the sum of the weights using sum function and save it to a total variable. So total equal to weights dot sum, and then again print it out. Then the last is calculate the mean of the weights using sum divided by number of elements and save it to a variable mean and print this out. So do this for 7 steps which I have given. Minutes to do this. If you have done, just paste the code in the chat box. Try this. Is it done? Yeah, yeah. Do the next. It's correct. Yes, do the others also. Max weights, some weights divided by len of the list. Okay, done. I think I cannot give you many more time. I'll do it now. Uh, yeah. So it's yeah, you're getting the output, right? So here I'll just do this. So first is it is saying so whenever you have a question like this, suppose you get it in the exam, so you have to follow the instructions. So it is said that you will store the weights of a family in a list and do some operations. Store the values in a list called weights. So it's mentioned. So you don't give any X, Y, Z, any kind of variables. Whatever is mentioned, you do that. So weights equal to so your first thing we are doing here is weights equal to 70. Yeah, I just copy this once. It's just convenient for me. So I'm just copying this part. So I'm just to a raw convert. Yeah, to here. So weights equal to here it is saying 70, 80, 45, and 50. So 70, 80, 45, 50. Okay, I'm putting it on the chat also. If you want, you can copy it in your notebook. Now here, what I'm saying, save the maximum weight from the list using the max method to a maximum variable. So maximum variable means maximum equal to max weight. Next, I'm saying print it out. Okay, so print. Next, it is saying suddenly you realize wrongly entered 45 to 48. Time to replace the correct ones. Okay, so weights equal to 48. Print weights. Next, calculate the sum of the weights using sum function and sum save it to a total variable. So total equal to sum weights. Print total. Calculate the mean of the weights using formula sum divided by number, save it to a variable mean. Divided by len weights. Print mean. Okay, so I think this is what was asked. So this will be the answer. The answer will be like this: 80, 70, 80, 48, 50, 248, 62. If you have got the same answer, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Answers are there.
Your answer is different?
No, no, same, ma'am.
Same. No? Next, we are doing data structures in Python, which is tuple. Okay. So tuple is a list-like data structure. It is also like a list. Only thing is tuple is written within round brackets instead of square brackets. And the values are not mutable. It's immutable. Okay. So you cannot change the values once created. So it's a read-only list. So the tuple is also heterogeneous. So you can store anything into the tuple like a list. But only thing is it's read-only. Okay. Now tuple has the other things are mostly same. You do not have an append function in the tuple because it is read only. You can't append. Okay, you can remove the entire tuple by using del tuple. You cannot remove a particular value in the tuple because again it's immutable. Okay, changing a tuple, which is tuple is immutable, but a part of it can be changed. If the value, the element inside it is mutable, it can be changed. So I'm just showing you an example here. This is a bit tricky in a tuple. So here, for example, consider the same student. I'm creating a tuple. Student, I have created a list, right? So this is the list of the student. I'm just copying this here, and I'm creating a tuple here. So you can see, instead of this did not become a tuple because it's a list. So you have to give round brackets here to make it a tuple. Okay. So now if you check this type, you see this is a tuple. Okay. Now if you want to add anything into the tuple, for example, you want to change this Rohan to something like, so I want to change the name of the student. You see that a tuple object does not support item assignment. It will not allow you to change. Okay, tuple is immutable. Okay, but for example, so it did not allow me to change, right? When you are getting an error. But if you want to change this elements of this list, this is allowed. Okay, because this element is mutable. This list is mutable, so you can change the element. So for example, I want to change this 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So 4. So this, if I want to change, this is the original list, but if you want to change it to something else, so for example, you want to change 56's marks is updated and I'm making it as 78, 86 and 94, something like this. So you would be able to change it. Okay, directly you are not able to change it, but you can change it like this. You can see tuple 0, 556 I changed to 78, then tuple I changed to 84. I changed to 94, something like this. So you can see now the tuple student, you can see the values are updated. So if there is a list or there is an element which is mutable inside the tuple, that can be changed. The rest of them are immutable. Okay. So that is this is one of the important characteristics of tuple. Other than that, you can use a for loop with a tuple also for I in, because they are not changing anything. So you can use a for loop with any sequence and you will be able to print. You can see we are able to print the elements of a tuple. Same way we can do a list. Okay. Yes. So the third data type which we have here, 15 minutes, let's complete this. The third data type which we have is the dictionary. Okay, so dictionary, as of now, you can see that we can only store the elements in a list, but we cannot give any heading or any keys to them. So I can store the name of the student, but I cannot tell that this is the name or this is roll number. So now in the dictionary is the data structure in which we can assign both key and value. That means we can assign value to a key to a value. So all these are values, but we cannot assign keys here. But in the dictionary, we can assign. So I have keys like this. Like for example, you can see here, name is Bob, age is 25, job is developer, city is New York, email is bob@web.com. So this is the way in which you can change the values with respect to a particular key. So a dictionary is written with the help of curly braces or parentheses. You write key and value pairs with the help of by giving a colon, the key on the left hand side. You can be a number as well as a string, and you write colon. If you have any question, please ask me. Okay. So let's create a dictionary now. So we are doing a dictionary, which is the okay. We also have another one, which is a set. But let's do the dictionary here. So this is the dictionary. So let's create the dictionary. The dictionary is mutable. It's a mutable data type, similar to a list. Okay. So here, the same thing, we are trying to create a dictionary, but dictionary has key and value both pairs here. So I'm creating a dictionary here. I'm just writing dictionary. Yes, any question? So I'm creating a dictionary here. So stud dict. And you write it in curly braces here, like this. Here you write roll, name. So every value will come with a key here. Key value pair has to be written within colon, with colon separator. This is blood group. Most of the semi-structured data are stored in this category in this way, using a dictionary like a JSON. It's a JSON format. We had given this for a true or not. I'm not okay with the CR. CR. Knots. City. And the last one is pin code. You can see this is the dictionary. You can do a type here. Mutable. Okay, it's mutable. So here, okay, dictionary has two parts. One is the key and the value. The key you can directly access with the help of dict dot keys if you want to look at the keys. And the values you can access with the help of values. Okay, I'm not adding anybody in the class now, just before 10 minutes. Okay. Have you done this? Okay, now how to change an element into the dictionary? So change the value. Dictionary is mutable, I told you. So you can check the ID of this. ID is to dict. And you can check this is the ID. Now, if you want to change the value of a variable, like you want to change the name, so you can write to dict. Okay, so I have changed the name here. Now, if you see this to dict now, the value is showing Rahul. Okay, if you check the ID, the ID is the same because it is mutable. Okay, it is mutable. So the list dictionary is mutable. Both of them are mutable. So you can change the value. Can you add a new value? Yes, you can add a new value also. So if you want to add a new value which is not there in the list, so to dict, you have to mention a key which you want to add. For example, here I am mentioning state, and I'm writing Maharashtra. And then I'm printing to dict. And you can see it again gets printed and the state is added here. Okay, if you want to remove a key, use del. CR, for example. So you can use del. Del will be able to remove a key. So if you check to dict now, you can see CR is not there, not reflect. So this is about we have an exercise for a dictionary. Just do that dictionary and we are winding up our session for today. You also have clear function which removes all the elements of a dictionary, but it doesn't make any sense. You can create a new dictionary instead. I think so. Del keyword is used to, if you want to delete the entire dictionary, you can just write del and name of the object So this is applicable to all the data structures. You can delete all the data structures from the memory if you want to use. Okay, so you can create a copy of the dictionary. So new dictionary, dictionary name dot copy. Okay, this get key is not required because you can just use square brackets. Instead of square bracket, you can also use this get function. Okay, so here in case you are writing in the program, okay, suppose you write the key and the key is wrong. So it will give you an error, right? So instead of an error, if you want to get avoided of the error, you can use the get function because get function comes with the default value. So in that case, if you write a default value, it will print you the NA. This I told you. Okay, so we have an exercise here. We have some time. How much is? Okay, let me show you the get function and this exercise I'll give you as a homework. For example, do a program where find the city of the student. Find the city of the student from the dictionary. Now, you can understand that dictionary, if you want to store multiple elements in a dictionary, you have to create a list in which each list will contain one dictionaries. Okay. So anyway, that we are going to do, maybe we are doing through a program. So find the city of a student from the dictionary. So I'm accepting the, so what I'm doing here, print or you take the key from the user, key of the student from the dictionary, where key is taken from user. Okay, so now what I'm doing here is I'm taking x equal to input, enter the key to be searched from student record. Print stud underscore dict dot get x not found. Okay, so like this. Enter the key to be searched and you are writing name. So it says name is Rahul. Okay. Now, key to be searched, for example, you are writing country. So it says country not found. So this can be done using get. Get is because you cannot use the same thing in index. Otherwise, you can just write dict square bracket x. But if you want to use it in a program, you can write it like this. Have you understood this? Okay, so do this exercise. This exercise is very simple. Okay, I'm just pasting it in the chat only. Write it in your note, this one notebook, and do this exercise.
Sorry, ma'am. My connection wasn't. Can you repeat it once? Sorry.
Yes. Which one?
That last one.
Dictionary.
Yes, ma'am. In Jupyter only.
Okay, so the dictionary basically here is it's a list of key and value pairs. So it's a list only, but you have to give beside the value, each value is associated with a key. Okay, so here we have written it in parentheses and we have given the name, the role. This is a key and the value, key and value like this with a separated with a colon.
Yes, ma'am. This I understood. The last that the means what we say last one.
Okay. Last one, the program which I showed.
Yes, ma'am. That find the key student from the register.
So here, this is the dictionary. Now I'm writing a program in which I want to, suppose you type a key and the system shows the name, the value. So here, enter the key to be searched from student record. So the user will enter the key, like whether you want to find role, name, blood group, whatever, and you'll get printed the key. Now what I was telling is, if you are not using this get operator instead of get function, instead of that we can also write this, right? Enter the key to be searched. We can also write student square bracket x. Okay, because that is how the key value can be printed. So like we have printed this student date. Okay, if you want to print a particular value, we can just write the name of the key. So if you want to print student role, you just write stud date and you write role. Okay, so this is how this, but here what I'm preferring is the get method. But why this is problematic, I'll tell you. So for example, enter the key to be searched you are taking from the user and print student the key. Now, if you give a correct key, like for example, you have given a correct key like name, it prints Rahul. If you give a correct key like role, it prints the role. It prints the roll number. If you give the correct key like city, it prints Mumbai. But if you give a key which is not there, like for example, country is not there, so it is giving a key error. I don't want that key error. Okay. So instead of that, if you use the get function, you can avoid this error. This is a key error, no, and the program will stop. So what will happen is here you can write get and X, and here you can write not found, or whatever message you want to key not found message you want to give to the user, you can give. So here you can use this. Okay, so this is the advantage is here it will get the answer when the key is correct. When the key is wrong, like country, the key is not there here, then also you will get a proper message, key not found. You will not get any error. Okay, so that is the advantage. Now you can do this exercise. If you have done the exercise, you can just type it in here in the chat and we can talk. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah. It's working, right? Okay.
yes.
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, in this way, in get function is used when function when a key is not there in the function. I mean, not there in this key and that place. They both are not there in this.
If key is not there, the value will also not be there, right?
Yes. Okay.
So it is used to give a default value here. You can use the get function without this also. If you want to write a get function without this also, it works. but it is mostly used to, why get function is used? Get function is used to give a default value. In case the key is not there, it is going to give a default value. It is going to print the default value instead of giving an error. So country is not there, right? So here, whatever is there, it is going to get printed. Dot get, sorry. So dot get city, okay? But here, dot get country is not getting printed, right? It is not giving an error. But if you want to give a default value here, so get function basically, it is allowed to set a default value if the key is not found. Understood? Yeah, have you done this dictionary? Okay, I'm just concluding today. We still have one data structure left, okay, called set. So I'm taking the attendance now.